Everyone, Sun here with the 10 Life, and today I want to talk about the pricing of the Switch 2, and I want to just put everyone's mind at ease. Everyone has been freaking out over the Switch 2's pricing, and, I would honestly agree with them. I've been kind of freaking out about it too. $80 games, $30 Amiibo, $10 game that should be a pack-in title. Yeah, what is this? Nintendo's gotten really greedy. Or really, have they? Let's get started. Okay, so the purpose of this video is not to justify the prices that Nintendo has given. Because, don't worry, I am still, kind of angry at them as well, along with you guys. Like, $80 games, that's crazy. But I'm here just to put into perspective the pricing of those games, and just to make it a little bit easier on your mind. Now, I don't know how much easier it'll make it on your mind, but I'm just making this video to maybe ease up a little bit of, like, stress or, whatever. But I am not justifying the price of these games and accessories. Just know that. So please, no angry comments, please. But let's start off with the console. The console is going to be a price of $450. That took me a second. The console is going to be $450, and the bundle is going to be $500. Which I think for the actual console is, decent. I mean, for what you're getting, I think it's decent. And Xbox just announced that they're going to be raising their prices. The Series X is now $600, which I think is kind of crazy for a console that old, but, this is not an Xbox channel. This is not Microsoft Life. I don't know. But Xbox is raising their Series X to $600. I don't know what the Series S is, but they're raising some of their first-party titles to $80, which is just proof that they're just following along with Nintendo. And I'm pretty sure that PlayStation is going to follow suit. But the actual price of the console, $450, $500, I'm not mad at that. It's the game prices that everyone else and me have been freaking out over. And I'm here just to, make it a little bit easier to think about. So, most every first-party Switch game that came out with the original Switch was $60. It was $60, and then sometimes DLC was released. And DLC, that is what proves to Nintendo that we are willing to pay extra money for just one game. It shows Nintendo we were willing to shell out a lot of money just on one game. And I know DLC can be purchased separately and it's not required for the game, but most people buy DLC. So let me give you a few examples. Super Smash Bros. $60. For the first DLC pack is $25. Then the second DLC pack is another $30. And then the Mii costumes to get all of the bundles is an extra $39, which means for the full game of Super Smash Bros., it's $154. I'll give you a couple other examples. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3. Both of them are $60. Both of them also have an expansion pass that is $30, bringing both of those games full content to $90. Pokemon Sword and Shield, $60. But if you get the DLC expansion pass, it's $30, so it brings it up to $90. Scarlet and Violet, they have an expansion, bringing it to $95, because the expansion on there is $35. It's more. Animal Crossing New Horizons is usually $60, but it also has an expansion. It's $25. That one brings it up to $85. Splatoon 2 has an expansion. That's $20, bringing it from $60 to $80. Splatoon 3 also has an expansion pass. That is $25, bringing it from $60 to $85. Breath of the Wild is usually $60, but it has two DLC packs that are bundled together for $20, so that one is $80 for the full title. And Mario Kart 8, it has a DLC for $25, bringing it to $85 for the full game, which is very, very close to Mario Kart World's $80. Now, just like I said, I know DLC is optional and you don't have to buy DLC, but I think the reason people have been freaking out is because they pay for the base game and the DLC in separate payments. So it doesn't seem like you're spending that much money on the game, when in reality, you're still spending the same amount. It's just in smaller chunks of payments. When now, it's just all up in your face, and bam! $80 for the base game. Now, if we have DLC for the Switch 2 titles, that's where we're going to have a problem. Because if I already paid $80 for the base game, and then we're getting a $30 DLC, bringing the total up to $110, then we're going to have a problem. Or $120, right? I can't do math. It's one of those. So that's that. I'm just putting that into perspective for you guys. Like I said, I know DLC is optional. You don't have to buy it, but a lot of people do end up buying it if they enjoy that game. So it does bring up the games, and we're just proving to Nintendo, yes, we're willing to shell out $85, $90 on one specific title. So they're taking advantage of that and making their games more expensive. Now, the $10 game that should have been a pack-in, Switch Welcome Tour, yeah, come on, that's just greedy. I won't lie about that. That is just greedy. That game should have been a pack-in, like Astrobot for the PlayStation. It was free, I'm pretty sure, and it has about 2 hours of content. So, this game does not. I wouldn't think so, at least. I mean, I've seen the Nintendo Treehouse and stuff. I think you could probably beat it in around an hour and a half, maybe. But if you could even say beating it. But this really should have been a pack-in title. And Reggie, the old president of Nintendo, even made fun of them, tweeting out about how his journey of making Wii Sports a pack-in title, basically making fun of Nintendo, like, why didn't you make this a pack-in title? And the final thing is Amiibo. I love Amiibo figures. I collect a bunch of them. A bunch. And originally, these figures were $12.99, $13, which, for what they were, was a pretty good price. You could tap them on your Wii U gamepad, and then eventually your Switch, and you could get in-game stuff, and then you could display them, and they were just really cool. Then eventually they got a price increase from the $12.99 to $15.99, so that's $16. And it was just like, yeah, okay. Then they got increased to $19.99, $20, when you're just like, okay. But now they're $29.99. $30 for an Amiibo. I don't know what to think about that. You get all of the 4 new Amiibo, not counting the Street Fighter ones, because we're not going there. To get all 4 of the new Tears of the Kingdom Sage Amiibos, it's $120. Now, do I think that's ridiculous for an Amiibo figure? Yes, I do, because they're not made well. I mean, like, they're made well, but they're not $29.99 well. Like, does that make sense? So, will I still be buying them? Yes. Yes, I will. Do I think it'll be worth it? No. No, I won't. But I'm still gonna buy them. But that's just my opinion on the Amiibo and the games and everything. The accessories, I also do think some of them are quite high. Like, back in the day when we went to buy a new pair of Joy-Cons, we thought $80 was high for Joy-Cons. Yeah, no, now it's $95 for a new pair of Joy-Cons, so have fun with that. I do think the accessories and the Amiibo are priced ridiculously, and the Switch 2 Welcome Tour, that's priced ridiculously. But the games, well, I do think they are kind of high for just the base game. If you put it into perspective with the whole DLC thing, I don't think it's too terrible, but I don't know, interpret it however you want to do. But I hope this video was helpful, or it eased your mind just a little bit, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.